Shabbat Shalom. My dear friend, Rabbi Raphael Goldstein of blessed memory, shared with me a Dvar Torah about this week's Torah portion of Shlach Lecha many years ago that has inspired me and helped me in difficult times and moments, and I'd like to share it with you as well. Despite all odds, somehow the optimist can win out. This week's Torah portion is about this theme. In Parshat Shlach Lecha, Moses sends 12 spies into the land of Israel to check it out. Their mission was to see what the land was like, good soil or bad, forested or plain, and to find out what the inhabitants of the land were like. Were they strong or weak, few or many? After 40 days, 10 of the spies come back and say that the people who inhabit the land were powerful. The cities were fortified and very large. We cannot attack that people, for it is stronger than we, the scouts report. The 10 spies then spread the word that the country they scouted out is one that devours its settlers. All of the people are giants, they said, and we look like grasshoppers next to them. 2 of the 10, Joshua and Caleb, disagreed. They said, "Let us by all means go up and we shall gain possession of it, for we shall surely overcome it." Joshua and Caleb saw the challenge, but they had no fear. They saw the richness of the land, the possibilities of it, and most importantly, they saw that they were working in partnership with God. With that kind of partnership, how can you go wrong? They took an optimistic point of view, looked at the glass and saw it half full rather than half empty. It wasn't just guesswork. It was a leap of faith to believe in themselves, in their people, and in their God. It's too bad that the Israelites didn't believe them, because they rebelled once again against God and Moses, and they were condemned to wander for 40 years in the desert, 1 year for each day that the spies were scouting out the land. These people were just not ready for living in freedom in their own land. All this for not attempting to see the light, the beauty, the richness of life against or amidst the struggle, the pain, and the heartache. There's a real lesson here for us. We have to somehow be aware of the challenges we face, understand the odds, and yet, sometimes, despite the odds, go after what we know is right and true and good. Sometimes we have to make good come from difficult or bad, right from wrong, health from illness, strength from weakness, peace from civil unrest. If we sit back and feel our despair, all we experience will be loss. We all see things from different perspectives. This week's Torah portion is a word of caution to see things from more than one side and to have trust in the things you see as well as the things you can't see. We come to catastrophic conclusions because we don't look at the other perspectives, and I think because we don't trust those other possibilities. Sometimes it's more comfortable for us to continue looking at something from the negative than turning it upside down and seeing it from another angle or in another way. The spies all saw the same land, the same inhabitants of that land, and the difficulty of conquering the land. Joshua and Caleb both also saw those same challenges. Remember, they reported back saying, "Let us by all means go up and we shall gain possession of it, for we shall surely overcome it." Even though they saw the same challenges, they also had faith and confidence that God was with the Israelites to assure them this victory in conquering the land. It was just a matter of how. When we give someone or something the benefit of the doubt, when we allow ourselves to get away from the negative, we are acting in a way similar to Joshua and Caleb. We are seeing God on the other side. God is in the benefit of the doubt. What Moses expected from the spies was that they would trust in God's promise of success and figure out ways to be partners with God in achieving God's will, doing whatever was possible to make God's will happen. We become partners with God's will as well when we avoid catastrophic conclusions and see that there are many ways to look at many of life's experiences. This enables us to work with people with whom we might not agree, to understand that which was terrifying to us, and to grow as human beings. According to Bachya ben Asher, the light of a candle is useful when it leads you. It is useless when it trails behind you. When you set foot in new terrain, you need a lot of light. There's much darkness in the unknown, and you don't want to lose your way. May it be your will, Holy One of Blessing, that we keep the light of the Torah shining brightly in front of us to enable us to see where we are going and to trust in your word. When we allow the light of Torah to guide us in our experiences and the conclusions we draw in them, may we see your holy presence in all that we do, at times of doubt and at times of confidence. Shabbat Shalom.